North Korean leader Kim Jong Un and his daughter Joy marked the beginning of the new year with a public display of festivity, including a spectacular fireworks show and an ice dancing performance, according to state media KCNA. The celebrations, which were attended by a number of senior North Korean officials, took place amid a year marked by increasing tensions in the region and growing North Korean engagement with Russia. However, despite the grandiosity of the events, there was no mention of Kim delivering a speech or making any public remarks, leaving his role in the celebrations largely symbolic. KCNA's report focused mainly on the visual aspects of the New Year's events, showcasing photos of Kim and his family enjoying the festivities alongside high-ranking officials. The report did not delve into any details about Kim's speech or plans for the upcoming year, leaving room for speculation regarding the country's next steps on global stage. However, one significant aspect of the KCNA coverage was a mention that Kim had received New Year's greetings from several heads of state, including China's president, though Xi Jinping was not named specifically in the report. No further details were provided about the nature of these messages. Interestingly, the report did not clarify whether Kim had reciprocated the greetings by sending his own messages of goodwill to Xi Jinping. This omission has raised questions about the state of relations between the two countries, which have been historically strong but have faced challenges in recent years. The terse nature of the KCNA report on Kim's New Year celebrations stood in stark contrast to the extensive coverage of his diplomatic exchanges with Russian President Vladimir Putin. On the previous day, KCNA had reported that Kim had sent a New Year's letter to Putin, whom he referred to as his dearest friend and comrade. The message, which was also extended to the Russian people and the military personnel, emphasized the deepening and strengthening of ties between North Korea and Russia. Kim wished Putin greater success in his responsible and heavy state leadership activities and expressed his hopes for the prosperity, well-being and happiness of the Russian people in the coming year. Kim's message to Putin underscored the growing bilateral cooperation between Pyongyang and Moscow, particularly in the light of the ongoing conflict in Ukraine. The North Korean leader reiterated his desire to push forward with joint projects between the two nations, particularly in the aftermath of what he described as a meaningful journey throughout 2024. Kim also voiced his unwavering support for Russia's objectives in Ukraine, hoping that Russia would ultimately defeat what he termed neo-Nazism in Ukraine and achieve victory in the conflict. This rhetoric mirrors the claims made by President Putin, who has consistently framed Russia's invasion of Ukraine as a mission to protect Russian-speaking populations and to eliminate the alleged neo-Nazi elements in the Ukrainian government. The exchange between Kim and Putin is part of an ongoing trend of increasingly close relations between North Korea and Russia. The two countries have ramped up cooperation since the beginning of Russia's invasion of Ukraine, with Pyongyang offering Moscow both military and diplomatic support. In June 2023, Kim and Putin signed a mutual defense pact during Putin's first visit to North Korea in nearly 25 years. Since then, North Korea has reportedly sent more than 10,000 troops to support Russian forces in Ukraine, according to sources in South Korea and Ukraine. These troops are believed to have been deployed to assist Russian officers on the front lines, and South Korean officials have estimated that roughly 100 North Korean soldiers have been killed in action, with about 1,000 injured. Ukrainian President Vladimir Zelensky has claimed that more than 3,000 North Korean soldiers have been killed or wounded in the ongoing conflict in Ukraine's Kursk region. The growing military ties between North Korea and Russia represent a significant shift in the geopolitical landscape as both nations face increasing isolation from the international community, particularly from Western countries. The deepening alliance between the two nations is not only seen in their military cooperation but also in their shared opposition to Western influence, particularly the United States and its allies. As both countries face sanctions and condemnation from the West, their growing partnership may signal a realignment in global power dynamics. Beyond military cooperation, the relationship between North Korea and Russia is also characterized by mutual support in international forums. Both countries have increasingly worked together to challenge what they view as US-led global dominance, and their bilateral relations continue to strengthen as they seek to undermine Western influence in regions such as Europe and Asia. The North Korean-Russian alliance has also raised concerns among other nations, particularly Ukraine and South Korea, as the two countries share borders with Russia and have indirectly been impacted by the war in Ukraine. North Korea's military support for Russia has drawn condemnation from the United States, South Korea, and other Western countries, which see Pyongyang's involvement in the conflict as further destabilizing to the region. As Kim Jong Un and Vladimir Putin continue to forge closer ties, the international community is closely monitoring how these developments will unfold in the coming year. The growing cooperation between North Korea and Russia has the potential to significantly alter the balance of power in the region, particularly if their military and political partnership continues to expand. The year 2024 may prove to be a critical moment for both countries as they navigate the complexities of their relationship with the West and their respective roles in the ongoing conflict in Ukraine. For now, Kim Jong Un's message to Putin signals a commitment to strengthening North Korea's ties with Russia, both militarily and diplomatically. As the year progresses, it remains to be seen how this alliance will shape the future of global geopolitics and whether North Korea's involvement in the Ukraine conflict will continue to escalate.